Welcome to the West Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Offices Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping items before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Please do indicate which institution your question is for. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many sessions being offered for this college fair, so please do check out the other sessions. This session is also being recorded, and the recording will be available about a week from now on the same website where you registered. And so now I'm going to turn it over to our presenters, and our first presentation is from Marshall University School of Pharmacy.
Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Russell. I am the Director of Recruitment and Development for the Marshall University School of Pharmacy. I'm happy to be with you today to share a little bit about our program. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see some information about us. Feel free to drop any questions in the Q&A box, and I will answer those as soon as we are finished presenting. So as you can see from the picture, this is our brand new facility. This is Stephen J. Kopp Hall. We moved into this building last fall, and it is state-of-the-art, beautiful, has a lot of collaborative learning spaces, which is one of the hallmarks of our program. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the School of Pharmacy. And so the top 5 things that you need to know. Number 1 is we are a little bit different than a lot of other pharmacy programs. We do what we call flipped classroom and active learning. So that means our students engage in hands-on interactive lessons to help make the material fun and interesting and able for you to understand it better. Like I mentioned, we also have a collaborative environment. So that means that all of our students sit in groups. They actually work with all of their classmates on their assignments. So it's not just you. You have this built-in support group and study system, which we lovingly call our Pharmally. You also do not have to have a bachelor's degree to apply and attend the Marshall University School of Pharmacy. So students can actually complete the requirements to enter our program in as few as 2 years, and that can be done at Marshall or any regionally accredited institution. Now, the perks of choosing Marshall for your undergraduate is that we do have a couple of specific programs. We have our early assurance program, which is just for high school seniors, and that helps basically guarantee you admission into the pharmacy program starting your 3rd year, which would be your junior year of college. We also have a living learning community where you live with other pre-pharmacy and health professions majors and get to know them, take classes with them, study with them. And we also have, as I mentioned, our state-of-the-art facilities. Stephen J. Kopp Hall is brand new. We also have the Landing, which is graduate apartment living, which is available to all graduate students, including the School of Pharmacy. So if you want to learn more about those things, you can follow us on social media. They're all listed up there. For some reason, my Twitter icon is gone, but you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So I'm going to take the next couple minutes and talk to you a little bit about early assurance. And so what you need to know for that program is that you must enroll at Marshall as a freshman. We're actually doing test optional this year. So as long as you have that 3.4 or higher unweighted GPA, you can enter the Early Assurance Scholars Program. You apply to Marshall for your undergraduate or your bachelor's degree, and then you complete the MUSAP Early Assurance application, which is on our website, marshall.edu/pharmacy. Once you've been admitted, you want to make sure that you do have pre-pharmacy as your area of emphasis. And some of the program benefits are mentoring from our current faculty and students, membership in the pre-pharmacy club, and then again, the really good thing is you can enter our program after those 2 years. And so, as I mentioned, the pre-pharmacy living learning community, you live with other majors, you share some of the same courses. You also have peer mentors and tutoring services in our residence hall. And then we do host special programs and activities that are only for early assurance students or for living learning community students. So if you're interested in what your coursework would look like, This is the 2-year path for the School of Pharmacy. If you attend Marshall as an undergraduate, you'll want to go into the College of Science. Again, biology, chemistry, probably the best bet. But these are the courses that you would take. Most of those classes are exactly what you would think a pharmacist would need to know: biology, chemistry, physics, English. And then once you've completed these 2 years, you would start in the School of Pharmacy. So you could be finished with your pharmacy degree, which is a doctorate degree. You would be a doctor at the end of those 6 years. And so all of this information is available on our website. It's marshall.edu/pharmacy. And my information is on the website, and so is Brittany Thompson, who is our recruitment specialist, who couldn't be with you this evening. But if you have any questions, pop them in the Q&A box. I'll be here until the end of the program, and you're welcome to ask anything. Hopefully we'll see you at Marshall.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Marshall University School of Pharmacy. And again, just a reminder to our attendees, please do put your questions in the Q&A for any institution. And our next presentation will come from New River Community and Technical College.
Thank you. I'm just going to pop my screen up here. Okay, if everyone can see that, my name is Brianna Smith. I'm the admissions counselor for New River Community and Technical College. If you're unfamiliar with New River, we are the community college in West Virginia that serves sort of the southeastern portion of the state. Our service area is highlighted here in green, as you can see. So we actually serve Fayette, Greenbrier, Mercer, Monroe, Nicholas, Pocahontas, Raleigh, Summers, and Webster counties in West Virginia. And we actually have 4 campuses. Here you can see some pictures of them. We have our Raleigh County campus in Beaver, located right outside Beckley. We have our Greenbrier Valley campus in Lewisburg, our Nicholas County campus in Summersville, and our Mercer County campus in Princeton. In addition to our main 4 campuses, we also have our Advanced Technology Center in Gent, West Virginia, which is really close to Winter Place Ski Resort, if you're familiar with that. And this location houses all of our technical programs. As you can see on this slide, we have automotive, welding, some diesel, industrial technology programs, and we have our electric distribution engineering technology program, which is also commonly known as our line service program. We're pretty well known for that program. It's the program that trains you to become a lineman with the power company. So why would you choose New River? Basically, we are your local community college if you live in those counties. We're close to home and we're very affordable. We offer 60+ academic programs for you to choose from. Here you can see sort of an alphabetized list of them, but we sort of break it down into categories. So we have nursing and healthcare professions. So within that sort of subset, we offer a practical nursing program. As of this semester, we just launched an LPN to RN bridge program, so you can actually get your LPN with us and then transfer on. Once you get your license, you can begin, if you're accepted, our LPN to RN bridge, so you can come out with your RN certification. That's actually located at our Lewisburg campus. So that's a great option. We have a medical assisting program, phlebotomy, medical laboratory tech at Beckley. Lots of good options there. We have business and computers programs as well. We just actually launched a cybersecurity program that's really cool within the past year or two. We have social and behavioral sciences programs. So we have a really good social services associate's degree, as well as a criminal justice associate's as well. And within that one, you can actually specialize in either law enforcement, corrections, or forensics. So it's very interesting. And then, of course, last but not least, we have our technical programs. We're very known for those. We have, like I mentioned, our line service program, welding, industrial tech, automotive, and diesel. So lots of good things to choose from. In addition to our programs, we have a lot of what we call articulation agreements with other colleges. So you can get a 2-year degree with us in some cases and transfer on to a 4-year school. For example, Concord, we have an agreement with their social services program. So you can start or you can start with their social services program and then transfer onto their social work program. We're also a really good option to get your general studies courses out of the way if maybe you're undecided on what you want to go into right out of high school. Community college in that case would be a really good idea if you just need a little bit more time to figure that out. It's a little closer to home and we're a very affordable option. Another really important point I should note about attending us, a community college, would be most of our programs are eligible for the West Virginia Invest Grant. And if you've not heard of that, that's basically more commonly known as the Free Community College Bill in West Virginia that came out about a year ago. That grant, it's a grant. You do not have to pay it back as long as you qualify for it. And it would pay your tuition to go to college. It does not pay your fees or books, but it would pay your tuition, which is the bulk of your expense. So that is an excellent option to look into. In order to qualify for that, this is a listing of sort of the basic qualifications of it. I won't go into all of these, but I would like to point out it's very, very important to complete your FAFSA, which of course is the free application for federal student aid. You do have to apply for the FAFSA and complete that. And then in addition to the FAFSA, you also have to go to the West Virginia Invest Grant application page and complete their application as well. It's sort of a 2-step process there. So I would just encourage you to do both of those as soon as you can. You don't want to have any issues with that coming up down the road. So the sooner you can apply for both of those, the better. For admission to New River, we do not charge an application fee, and we're also known as an open door or an open enrollment institution. So that basically means that we accept all students regardless of their GPA or their test scores. So you don't have to worry if you don't have a very high test score or GPA. We will accept you and work with you regardless. The first step would be to complete an application for admission. And then in addition to that, actually I put a direct link here, but it's on our website too, newriver.edu, and just click on apply. And then in addition to the application, we have what we call our new student checklist. And there's a link here that is a complete listing of all steps for admission that you would need to submit. So I highly encourage you to check that out. And that should sort of sum everything up there. If you have any questions, you're welcome to contact us at New River. Oops, sorry. This is our contact information right here, our main line, and our email address. So feel free to email us anytime and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you so much, New River Community and Technical College. Our next presentation will come from West Virginia Northern Community College.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Reagan Blaha. I am the admissions counselor / recruiter here at West Virginia Northern Community College. I'm glad that you were able to take a little bit of your night to join us, and thank you for doing so. So the first thing that I want to go ahead and show you is a quick snapshot of West Virginia Northern Community College. So we are co-educational tri-campus. So we do have 3 different campuses. We have our Wheeling campus, which is our main campus. We also have our Weirton and New Martinsville campus. So those are our sister campuses as well. We are a public 2-year comprehensive community college. So just like New River, we also have an open door admissions policy. So, and our application is completely free to apply to the college. Our student to faculty ratio is about 14:1. So you're not just a number here. Your professor's gonna know your name. They're gonna know if you're struggling. And that's what we take pride in here at Northern, is to make sure that you're succeeding in your academics. We have over 70 programs and certificates to choose from. So just a quick snapshot of some certificate programs. We do have a culinary arts program. We have allied health programs with our nursing, Surge Tech, Grad Tech. We have associate and arts degrees. We also have those 2+2 programs that will transfer on to 4-year institutions. So if you would want to stay here and stay local for a bit and then transfer to those four-year institutions, you can as well. We also have early entrance classes for our high school students. High school students can save over $500 per credit hour by taking classes at Northern. So for a fee of $25 a credit hour plus a $25 fee, you can take classes while you're in high school with us at Northern. And again, our credits will transfer with ease, and it's a free application process. So if you have any questions about the application process, I'm going to go ahead and show you the website here in a little bit. We were named one of the most affordable community colleges in America, and we do have the lowest net price in the state of West Virginia. So again, with community colleges, over 30 and more of our programs do qualify for the West Virginia Invest grant. So that would cover all mandatory tuition and fees. So again, just go online to wvinvest.org. And it is a last dollar in program, so there are some stipulations, but if you read all about it online, those stipulations will be outlined for you. Oh. All right. And 96% of our students will choose West Virginia Northern again as their college of choice. And like I said, we do take pride in that, knowing that our students would come back to us if they would ever need further education. And 83% of our new students who apply for financial aid will receive it. So I'm going to actually go ahead and stop sharing real quick. I'm going to switch gears to my other screen here. And I think, hold on. We're going to go to screen 2. There we go. Can you guys see my other screen or no?
Yes, yes, we can.
Perfect, sorry. So this is our website. So if you have any questions about our programs at all you need to do is go under programs, applied technology programs, business, computer, culinary. This link right here is for our future students. So if you have any questions at all, this is where you can find that information. How to apply online. Again, our application process is free. And if you are doing a selective admissions process, application, those outlines are underlined here. You'll just begin your online application. You'll create a first-time user account creation. That's how you will submit your application. The neatest thing about Northern at this time was we just launched our new virtual tour. I hope it doesn't scream at you because it screams at me every single time. So we just launched our new virtual tour. So we have information of all 3 of our campuses. So our Wheeling campus, our Weirton campus, and our New Martinsville campus. And you can click through, I'm just gonna pick one. This is our Applied Technology Center, which houses our advanced manufacturing and HVAC. And as you can see, it takes you step by step in there. And there's also 360 videos of where you can tour our facilities if you can't make it for an on-campus tour. And again, that is on each of our campuses. So each of our campuses, this is our New Martinsville campus. And then this is our Weirton campus. Each campus is unique to itself. So that is the best part about Northern is each campus is unique, but they're the same still. So they still have that hometown feel where you're still gonna get the same academic learning and you're gonna make the same friends as you would anywhere else. So the next thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk about was, I have to go back to, sorry, so many screens. We are the only community college in the state of West Virginia to have an Animator Table, which is a digital cadaver lab table that our students can dissect human cadavers in. And I'll post the link into the chat below once I'm done speaking, and that will be able to show you how it works and how awesome this piece of technology is and how it's really helped our students in biology, nursing, rad tech, surge tech, all of the programs that use it. We are very lucky to have it, and we are part of only, I think, 100 and some colleges in the country to have one. So we are very blessed that we do have this piece of innovative technology. I am showing you our virtual open house week. So if you are interested in coming to Northern and you couldn't make the session, this is how you would be able to join us. Just go to the website and under open house, you'll find more information. And if you have any questions or concerns, this is how you can get a hold of me. Thanks, guys. And if you have any questions, I'll put everything in the chat.
Excellent. Thank you so much. West Virginia Northern Community College. Next, we are going to hear from Regent University.
Thank you so much. My name is Caitlin Irvin, and I'm very excited to be with you all tonight. Thank you for joining, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what your future might look like at Regent University. As you can see, here's a few photos of our campus through the seasons. We are a private Christian university located in Virginia Beach, Virginia. On campus, you'll be surrounded by some of this beautiful Georgian architecture, brick walkways, a beautiful wooded landscape, and we are conducting individual tours in person right now, as well as we have a virtual tour available on our website that you can check out. So Regent is a liberal arts university, but we offer over 135 different programs to choose from, including several STEM programs as well. We offer every level of education from associate's degrees all the way to graduate programs. Some of our most popular programs include cybersecurity, psychology, business, communication, education, and biblical studies. A few more quick stats. We have over 11,000 students total. 4,400 of those are undergraduate students, and about 1,300 of those are studying on campus. So it's a little bit of a smaller community, but our students do come from all 50 states, 90 different countries, and they represent 40 different denominations. And as I mentioned, you can choose to study online, live on campus, or commute from the local area. However you choose to study, rest assured that you won't be treated like a number or get lost in a giant lecture hall. You are going to learn directly from your professors rather than, say, a teaching assistant or a grad assistant in a smaller classroom environment. So that's going to allow you to connect with your peers and receive more personalized instruction. And in addition, our faculty are very accessible, and they not only teach, but they also actively work within their disciplines. So that's going to be a great resource for you as a student as you're considering next steps as well. Here at Regent, we want to surround you with every resource to make sure that you earn a quality education and you also have a smooth experience. So all of our services, whether it's our academic support center to our Center for Student Happiness, are going to be available to you. We're committed to your success, and we want to make sure that you are supported every step of the way. The student housing. We offer apartment-style student housing on campus that includes free parking, laundry, a 24-hour fitness center, and a fully furnished kitchen in each apartment. And we are ranked in the top 5 for safest college campuses in Virginia. And yes, freshmen can bring cars on campus if you'd like. Now we realize that figuring out the finances is a huge factor in which school you choose. So here at Regent, we are committed to making our education affordable, including offering many different types of scholarships. You've heard from a few different community colleges today. If you do attend a community college, we've got some different scholarships and awards that you might qualify for. We also have a net price calculator on our website where you can plug in your individual, circumstances, and it will give you an estimate as well. So I'd encourage you to check out that resource. I think we'll drop a link to that in the chat box. So we also understand that your college experience is a 360-degree experience. And so Regent offers many opportunities outside of the classroom as well. We have over 55 different student clubs and organizations on campus. We also offer regular events and activities like student paint nights and escape rooms on campus. And our student services has done a really good job of creatively adapting these activities to remain within COVID guidelines, but make sure that we still have things going on for students to get involved with. So if you're coming and staying on campus, don't worry, there's still a lot to participate in. We also offer 9 collegiate sports, as well as many club and intramural sports. We have a state-of-the-art performing arts center where students can either watch or participate in several productions throughout the year. If you're interested in a military career, we offer several ROTC programs on campus and related scholarships. And last but not least, our campus ministries hosts chapel and life groups and other ways to connect with others each week as well. As I mentioned before, Regent is located in coastal Virginia Beach, only a short drive from the boardwalk. And Virginia has a lot to offer as well, many different state parks nearby and national parks. You can also visit different historic sites like historic Williamsburg. Regent students also like to take advantage of some of the nearby art museums and cultural events going on. And plus, we are only a few hours away from other places like the Outer Banks and Washington, D.C. So lots to see and do here as well. All right, so what would your next steps be? There are a couple of ways you can apply. You can either apply online and fill out our Regent application, or you can call this number on the slide and speak with one of our admissions counselors. And they can often waive the $50 application fee. We do operate on a rolling admissions basis, so you can apply anytime. We are test optional this year, but we encourage you to submit those test scores if you have them. We look forward to helping you with the next steps towards your future, so feel free to reach out. Have a great night.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Regent. And we do have one more presentation for everyone. Next up is Marshall University. And just a reminder to our attendees to put any questions in the Q&A for any of our institutions. Go right ahead, Marshall.
Hi, everyone. My name is Victoria Jafrida, and I am a recruitment coordinator with Marshall University. So today I'm going to try to keep it super brief. There's a lot of good information I have to share with you. Feel free to, like he said, type any questions you have in the chat box. I also just put some links in there, and I'll kind of talk about some of those as well, but we will go ahead and get started. So I like to start by just naming a couple of things that I feel kind of set Marshall apart from other schools. I always like to start with that we're a mid-sized campus. So for me, that was perfect. We weren't too big where I felt lost or overwhelmed, but still big enough that I got that full college experience I was looking for. I always tell students we have all the perks of a bigger university with Division I athletics, nationally ranked and accredited programs, and a beautiful campus, but the perks of a smaller university with more one-on-one opportunities and smaller class sizes. Kind of leads me to my next point, which is our family-like atmosphere. Anyone you talk to that has went to Marshall or is alumni, they will tell you about our family atmosphere on campus. It kind of goes hand in hand with our mid-sized campus, and I think that sets Marshall apart. Next is affordability. So 76% of freshmen received financial aid last year. And Marshall has some great merit-based scholarships that we'll get into more soon. We do super score for those scholarships, and sorry, my dog just threw a toy at me. And then they are affordable for up to 4 years. Next is Division I athletics. As I mentioned, the athletic experience is a huge part of being a student at Marshall, so I always encourage students to take advantage of that. Next, we have over 150 different majors, and I will get more into those next. So we have 7 academic colleges. Our College of Arts and Media includes any of our visual arts programs, so graphic design, printmaking, sculpture, our theater and music programs, as well as our journalism and mass communications programs. We also have some sport emphases in broadcast and news. So if you're into sports and you kind of enjoy writing, those might be up your alley. Next is our College of Business. So our College of Business did just get a huge donation from one of our alumni. So we're about to get a brand new facility, and we're really excited about that. Aside from that, our College of Business is accredited, as well as accounting, which puts us in the top tier business schools in the world. Our College of Education and Professional Development. So Marshall actually started as a teaching college in 1837, and we've been doing education for quite some time now. We have everything from pre-K all the way up to secondary, and then of course we have certificate programs for students who want to further that education. Next is our College of Engineering and Computer Sciences. These are any of our engineering programs, as well as some technical computer type of majors. If you haven't done a tour on Marshall's campus and you're interested in engineering, definitely encourage you to do a tour with our College of Engineering so you can check out their new facility. Next is our College of Health Professions. So this is a really popular college. It has majors like nursing, athletic training, medical imaging, physical therapy, a ton of different programs in there. Next is our College of Liberal Arts. I always recommend this to students who enjoy writing or reading. It has majors like communications, history, English, creative writing. Also a good college if you want to go to law school in the future. Those students like to major in things like communications, political science. Also psychology, sociology, and anthropology are all in here, as well as our modern languages. Our College of Science, again, is super popular. It's for students that want to go pre-med, pre-vet, pre-pharmacy, as Megan talked about in the beginning. Those students major in things like biology or chemistry. Our criminal justice program is also located in our College of Science. We have some different environmental science majors, as well as some math majors in there as well. Finally, how to apply to Marshall. You could submit an online application or a paper application and then send us your high school transcript. Currently, we are test optional. So if you have ACT or SAT scores, great. If you don't, then we don't need those for admission. And we do have test optional scholarships available as well. All of our applications are free right now, so there will be no $40 application fee. And then the immunization records is something that you can submit once you finally make that decision. If you do intend on coming to Marshall, definitely make sure you get that into us. So next steps after you have been admitted, send us your FAFSA. Once we have your FAFSA and you're admitted, we'll send you a financial aid packet that kind of breaks down all the fees and everything with Marshall. You'll submit your enrollment deposit. This is $100 deducted off your first semester tuition. So you do kind of get that back. It just holds your spot. Then you can apply for housing and orientation. Currently, housing is not requiring a housing deposit, so you don't have to put any money down. And then orientation is where you'll get your first semester schedule. So you don't have to worry about meeting with your advisor or anything until orientation. Finally, you'll attend Week of Welcome or Uni 100. Week of Welcome is the first week before classes start. It's move-in week, so it's a really great week to kind of get acclimated. Finally, here are those merit-based scholarships. I'm running out of time, but there is a link in the chat that has a link to this information. I do want to mention that these are based off your transcript, and we super score for them, and they're renewable for 4 years. And finally, if you would like to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, feel free. Thank you all.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Marshall. So now we have some time for some questions from the audience. So again, attendees, please feel free to put any questions to any of the institutions in the Q&A, and our representatives will answer them. But I have a couple to get us going. So I'm going to share my screen with a few questions for the audience and for our panelists, and I'll ask our panelists to answer the question on the screen in the order of which you presented. And that question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And so we'll start with Marshall College of Pharmacy.
Hi, everybody. My advice would be to figure out what you want your college experience to look like. Are you interested in athletics? Are you interested in a large college, small college? Go somewhere that feels like a good fit, because what you're going to see is you're going to be spending 4 years there, 2 to 4 years there, maybe even longer. So you want to go somewhere where it really feels like you belong.
Excellent, thank you. And next, New River Community and Technical College.
Well, I would have to say, as a community college recruiter, just to consider your local community colleges. Don't be afraid to look into that. And I know sometimes students are a little leery to explore a community college, but there's really a lot to offer at your local community college, regardless of where you live. You know, there's a lot of 2+2 agreements with these community colleges nowadays. You know, a lot of pathways that you can go into that will eventually lead to, you know, a career in something that you're interested in. And it's an excellent way to save money with a lot of the initiatives going on right now, like West Virginia Invests. Like Reagan mentioned, a lot of the community colleges also do the early enrollment classes. We do at New River as well, where you can, you know, take college courses for, you know, a lot cheaper than you would be able to with us if you were a full-time student right out of high school. So, you know, there's a lot to explore at a community college, even if maybe you don't end up there full-time, like in the future. I would just have to say to, you know, reach out to your local community college and explore, and don't be afraid to call us and just have a conversation about, you know, what we have to offer and how we can help you.
Excellent.
All right, I'll just go ahead and back off of Brianna. Again, consider your local community colleges when you can. You're gonna save money if you wanna save money those first 2 years, your local community colleges are gonna be the best bet. Then, like what we said earlier, you can transfer on to those four-year institutions, having your associate degree already, and then transfer to get your bachelor's degree as well. Again, the initiatives or the incentives with West Virginia Invest right now is awesome. So if you can stay local, save some money in the long run, and then transfer on to those four-year institutions. Trust me, you don't want to be paying student loan debts for 30, 40 years. So yeah, I think that would be my advice.
All right, I think I'm next. One piece of advice, it deals with the financial aid aspect as well. Something I wish I'd known a little bit more about when I was searching for colleges is that if you're considering a private university like Regent or another private university, they often have a lot of institutional aid that they can give you as a student. So most of the time, you know, as a student, if you're interested in those schools and the sticker price seems a bit intimidating, often a lot of the students are not paying that full sticker price because there's a lot of scholarship opportunities. And so I would say tap into those resources, search for those scholarships, and just keep in mind that a lot of private schools have additional scholarships that they grant as an institution, and it's important to consider those when you're considering the cost.
I think I am next. Just going off what Megan said about kind of figuring out what you want your college experience to look like, definitely do a campus tour. Like if you narrow it down to 2 or 3 schools, definitely do tours at those schools, because that can really kind of make or break where you decide to go. I know that's a little difficult right now, but I think most schools have virtual tour options now, which isn't the same, but it can still give you kind of a feel for what that campus is like.
Excellent. Thank you all for your thoughts on that question. Our next question hopefully is a fun one for everybody, but what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? So again, we'll go in the same order that we just were in.
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. So Marshall has so many great traditions. And I'm fortunate to go there as an undergrad and a graduate, and I work there. So obviously I've been there a long time. But my favorite tradition is probably homecoming, just because everybody comes back and it's a lot of fun, a lot of different activities going on. But Marshall is one of those places where tradition is kind of the main word that you hear thrown around. So I'm sure Vic is going to have several things that come to mind too.
And as for New River, I would have to say probably under normal circumstances, Air Campus Tours would be my favorite event that we hold. Where we are a community college, we don't typically do a homecoming or anything like that, but we give some pretty awesome tours, especially of Air Advanced Technology Center. we like to do real hands-on. So we will show the students the inside of air tractor trailer that we do CDL training on. We have a lot of fun figuring out how many students we can fit in there. We will let the students tour our welding shop and put the the fireproof, flame-proof equipment on them and let them try their hand at welding. We even let the students put on climbing gear and actually learn to climb the power poles in our line service program: boots, spikes, hard hat, belt, everything, and see how far. Well, we don't let them go too far for safety reasons, but we do like to do that. So we give some pretty cool tours. I would have to say that's my favorite.
Again, being a community colleges, we don't have the tradition of homecoming, so I would have to say my favorite event on campus is the week-long event of Chicken Fest. So our mascot is a thundering chicken. So during that week, we have chicken wing contest, eating contest, and we get our student activities together. And it's just a fun week as a student community on all 3 campuses.
And one of my, well, there's actually 2 events around Christmas that are some of my favorites at Regent. We have a whole Christmas village that we set up. I think even some days it's open to the public as well. It's a huge thing that goes on for a few weeks. And then we also have a Christmas formal that everyone on campus gets involved with as well. So those are 2 really exciting events.
And I also have 2. I think every Marshall student should attend at least one fountain ceremony. I kind of thought Megan was going to steal this. I'm glad she didn't mention it. Like I said, that family-like atmosphere at Marshall, I think the fountain ceremony kind of solidifies that and promotes unity and triumph on our campus. If you don't know, Marshall's football team, community members, and staff passed away in a plane crash in 1970. And if you've seen the We Are Marshall movie, then you know the story. We kind of built our football team back, and it's kind of like a sports comeback story. But the fountain ceremony is always really moving. And we do it every year on the tradition. And then second favorite is just move-in week. My class, so 2010, which was a while ago, was the first WOW week, which is week of welcome. And I was actually a commuter student, so I didn't live on campus, but there were so many activities on campus during that week that just really made me excited for college and kind of get acclimated to everything.
Excellent. Thank you all so much. So we are just about out of time for this session. So I want to end with a couple just reminders and thank yous for our attendees. Thank you for being here. We do have a quick survey when this Zoom window ends. You'll have a quick survey that will appear. Please do sign up for more sessions tonight or tomorrow night as part of this college fair. And a recording will be available in about a week on the same website where you registered. And so I just want to thank our college and university reps one more time for their great presentations this evening. And that concludes our session.
Thanks, everybody.